Welcome back to the Tactical Muffin Top channel, everybody. I am your host, the tacticalist of all the Muffin Tops. How's your evening? How's everybody doing? How's your loved ones? How's your pets? How's your penis? How's your hydration hanging? This is the Thursday of that Tactical Muffin Top, where I do my typical chat before Matt's chat. If he does the toy chat, we could go on a little longer because I don't care about that much. What's up? Welcome my panel here. This is Ohio Patriot and lawfully armed gentleman,
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga. Check, please.
It's in the
Ohio.
mail.
No Ohio. Check. Okay, well, how are we all doing today, this evening? However it may be, whatever the hell we're doing. How is everybody?
Today was a good day.
Good.
Sorry, I was listening to the fuckery going on in Colorado recently.
All right. Name changes? Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, they did a bunch of scumbag stuff at the end of that General Assembly to put some excise tax on the ballot now.
That's what you want?
Which, if passes, it would cause people to have 6.5% added onto their gun parts, guns, and ammunition fees.
That's cute. Thank you, Lawfully Armed, for the little plug. That was cute.
Always.
Bean Dog with the yo. What's up, Bean Dog? Food and headaches. That's what's up with I'm Coldfoot. Unfortunate. I know the reason, but you can't know anybody else. Oh, shit. I left the water out in the garden. Well, all right, Chad, it's up to you. Don't let me forget to turn off the hose before I go to bed. This is the Tactical Muffin Top, that of the Thursday chat. What's up, Dwayne? I got to let you guys be real. There's a couple kind of big topics, and I really don't know a whole lot of which way I want to go about it. But let's start with this. I guess there was a big cell phone outage for AT&T and Verizon across most of the country today. Has that affected any of you guys? I hadn't heard about it in the news at all. Apparently, it also took down some Walmarts, things like that. I think they went through one of the services. There wasn't anywhere
I
in
didn't hear
Nebraska.
anything about it.
I didn't either. Apparently, it was a bigger thing. Might have been on a coast type deal or whatever.
Fuck the coast.
Oh, Jesus. Fiend Dog was affected. Fiend Dog knows. That's what you want. Well, that sucks, Fiend Dog. If you got any more information, drop that. Maybe an outage map or something. I haven't seen an outage map here in. Okay, couldn't get any Gmail. Oh, that's weird. Gmail's connected to those. Interesting. I had heard there's some issues with like online banking and stuff with this too. So seems like a bit of an issue. Hello, Tomcat.
Hello.
Look at little old Tactical Muffin Top in Nebraska, knowing stuff before you sons of bitches. Another deal, I guess, supposedly, when the phone is right. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So you have issues getting on Google via your phone. All right, that makes sense. All right, so New Jersey's out. Interesting. I also heard, I don't know if you watch any space news, but apparently we're supposed to get roughly 4 CME solar storms by this weekend. So
That's
if
good.
you have EMP protection, take steps now and get things you want sealed away.
In a pinch, a microwave works as a Faraday cage.
Let me know how that works.
I was gonna say I heard that, but my lived experience has not been the case.
Yeah, pretty much if you can put your phone in there and call it, it's probably not going to work very good. But maybe, I mean, worst case scenario, give it a shot. There's all kinds of videos on how to do like ammo can ones, trash can ones. I mean, take a metal filing cabinet and some ductwork tape, and some cardboard. Who knows? Make sure you have a ground. The really super duper simple thing is, I would assume most of us probably have EMT tech bags or blackout bags or something of the sort, you know. So I guess if the world ends this weekend, it's been nice knowing y'all. Happy Thursday. Glad you spent the last couple days with Tactical Muffin Top. So that was pretty cool of everybody here. Just maybe, you know, take some extra steps for that precaution, if you may. Maybe get an extra food run in or things like that. Maybe, you know, fill up a bunch of water jugs laying around. Might be a good day to rotate all your batteries out, charge up all your batteries and whatnot, and your phones and, you know, battery banks and things like that. Get your extra fuel for your generators and propane, things like that, you know. Just the prepper stuff. Make sure your gas tank's topped off. You know, the simple stuff. If you got an extra, I just emptied a 5-gallon can. I'm going to fill it before, you know, Saturday. Like Friday afternoon, I'm going to have all this stuff done. I'm going to buy a couple extra cases of water. Worst case scenario, I'll use them at a cookout, you know. Nothing crazy, but just shore up some stuff, you know. If it's like it's my monthly shopping run, so what luck, I'll be nice and stocked for that. So that timing worked out well for Tactical Muffin Top. And we were already planning on going after work tomorrow anyway, because that's the schedule that worked out for the wife and I. So I'd recommend that. Maybe, you know, while you're out and about, you grab an extra box of buckshot, or you grab an extra box of, you know, some FMJs for your 9, or you grab a couple of 20 rounders for the 5.56, 223. You know, whatever floats your boat. Nothing crazy, but an extra pickup here and there is how you beat the crappy inflationary prices that are coming in the year of the election. And I think every time you go anywhere remotely that sells ammo, you might as well buy a box, guys. No sense in going out and buying 10,000 rounds. Don't be crazy. Just buy a box when you're at a store that offers it. Oh, Dwayne dropping a new toy in Discord. We're going to bounce that topic around you guys real quick here. I want to wait a little bit. I would like to offer this time for the chat to drop any new picks in the subcategories in Discord, because it's something I will be going through later this evening. Thank you, Dwayne. Panel died. That's good. Anything to say on that, gentlemen?
I'll just add to what you were just saying. The easiest way to get started prepping or to continue to supplement without it feeling like it's any one big purchase is just anything consumable. I mean, like your canned food or even your ammo, just whenever you're buying some, go ahead and buy an extra of whatever.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm sure, like many people, I've overspent on prepping. So don't be panicked, guys. Just do the monotonous chip away a little bit at a time. Ohio, you got anything to add to that?
Let me think on that for a minute.
Okay. Probably a little bit more, you know, difficult for you since you're trying to pack up and move at the same time.
Yeah, and that's a big issue right now.
That is not lost on me, but advice could still be given regardless. Or even maybe you have the fortunate, fishing tackle. That's a good one. You have the unfortunate ball in your park as to this is the prep you need to be doing whilst in the middle of a move. You could be the guy who coins that, you know, because there's probably, you know, more people in here that are moving this weekend or whatever, you know, within a month. Or it's summertime. People are vacationing. You're going to move away from the majority of your preps. It's vacation season.
Yeah, I would say honestly, to add to Fiend Dog's thing with the fishing tackle thing, telescopic rods are a good idea to have with you at all times.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a lot of people keep that in their bags and their toolboxes in their cars. It's a good one. That's cool.
Well, those were kind of make a fishing kit out of like almost anything when it comes to some hooks and grubs and whatnot. So
save and bag up all your dryer on it. Yes, Fiend Dog, and that's free. That's a byproduct of just normal everyday life. Good work, sir. I'm all about free. I love free preps. So, guys, I didn't want to get too crazy into it. Those were the couple topics that caught my eye this week, and sounds like a majority of those listening and those that swim in these waters are probably decently squared away more than most in that department. So I'm not gonna harp on that crazy too much. So let's check out the old Tactical Muffin Top Discord server here. Alrighty here. EC picks. Do we see anything new here? Ah, yes. At the tail end of the chat, old DD Welder was dropping in this butte. Oh, let me put this away. How do I hide that? Aha. There we go. Look at that butte. She's a butte, Clark. Classic Colt.
Old Cobra.
Gotta love it. I have one that looks just like this, but mine's the 6-inch barrel. Beautiful gun. Love it. 10 out of 10. Muffin Top approved. Mine has the grip extender in here. I know some people don't like that, but it fits my hand perfectly with it. And they have a brass one I want to get. Just never worked down that far on my preps list to pick one up. But yeah, 10 out of 10. I have one of these Colt. Mine's a police positive patrol gun. It's a Barney Fife rig, but this is the Asian baby equivalent to it. I like it. Love it. Can't go wrong with the classic. Oh, you caught that? Can't go wrong with the classic Colt, baby. So, yeah, she's fucking beautiful.
That one's used enough that unless it's got some like familial sentimental value, he needs to go ahead and just commit and do the full fit special on it.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, that's a pretty decent little stash gun / handoff gun to anybody, So, pretty hard to not be able to rock a 38 even for Granny, Put that behind Granny. She can still put in some work with the old Colt. So that's a 10 out of 10 Muffin Top approved. This is my thumbs up. All right, guys. Oh, man, I haven't been thumbing these up. I'm such a bastard. Well, here we go. Here I'm thumbing them up. If you guys enjoy any of this, I guess this obviously thumb up the stuff that you like. I like all this stuff. This is a really good idea. Oh, I already did that one. This is a really good idea. This Narcan. You guys, anybody else add this to their stuff since then, or?
No, I'm not.
I know a lot of police departments will give it to you for free. I don't know, DD Welder, if I can give you a thumbs up on that. That thing is horrendous. I might have to pass on that one. But it is for the
taken away now.
It is for the old lady, so I suppose we can thumb it up. This is Ohio Patriot dropped this glitter banger in here. That was cute.
God damn.
Woo, mamacita. If they didn't hear you / see you, they're going to figure it out real quick when you point that their direction, right?
Do you actually own that, Ohio?
No, it was at my local.
Gotcha. If you buy it, you got to name it Trixie.
All right.
Don't name my guns. It's just weird.
No, you should name them. Just like Lucille. Do you think Negan would be half as scary if he didn't have Lucille for everybody to use as a symbol? Justice.
She's a vampire bat.
It's also named after his dead wife, so that makes more sense, actually, at that point.
Well, yeah, but it sounds scurry. Just like when Carl picked up that 1911, it had old Lucille scratched in the handle. One of his followers scratched it in like a hoe. But this is a new segment. Looks like hasn't been really added to other than Lawfully Armed this week. But this is something I want to try every week, and it is only Thursday. And I had taken over Honda's chat, which for the foreseeable future, I'll probably do a double TT, Muffin Top week, Thursday and Tuesday, until Honda gets that straightened out. But those days work pretty well for me and my schedule, and when it's not my nights to put the boy to bed, so they work pretty good in my schedule. If those work for everybody else, I don't know. They work for me. So if you're here, you're here. If not, do your thing. But the 10 cans of tuna, 10 cans of chicken was one from last chat on Tuesday. And that is definitely Muffin Top approved. Did I do that one? There we go. Look at that. And look at Lawfully Armed here. These at the old Dollar General. Flavor flavor packets for water. 10 out of 10. Water will get boring, especially Lawfully mentioned he has kids. And this gets them to drink water. Yes, 10,000%. Whatever you got to do to keep people hydrated. Not to mention it's a morale booster, and you can even get some that have caffeine in them. So that is a big 10 out of 10 Muffin Top approved there, Lawfully.
We'll go back for more. They were shopped hard, but they had that whole section marked down. Most of them were marked down to $1. So I was like, we'll try these out.
Yeah, at that price, you just try a couple out, see which ones you actually like, and then you start stacking those, right?
Yep. Well, I told you before, I already had some like the Gatorade Zero or whatever like that. And some of the Drip Drops, which is kind of a spin-off, like a competitor brand to
deals or whatever.
They're these packets like this, but they've got all the electrolytes and stuff in them.
All right, there you go. Yeah, I got the
sugar-free Gatorade on the go.
Yeah, I got those hydration ones or whatever that have calories and stuff that are really salty. But that was the first time I actually seen those at my Dollar Tree, which is my equivalent to the dollar store-ish stuff. The Dollar General here is like $5 and up. It's pretty much what it seems like.
Yeah, it had been a long time since I had been in there, and that one was close. But we've got a Dollar Tree the other end of town. I'll have to go check out sometime for the actual dollar stuff.
Put that one away.
Have Dollar Trees all around here.
Are they actually Dollar Trees, or they're like you roll in and they're like $4 trees?
So there's one that's a Dollar Tree Family Dollar hybrid because it was supposed to be on either side of a place, but they only opened one side of it. And then there's another one that is a actual Dollar Tree, and then there's a third one that's an actual Dollar Tree, and then there's another one that's a Family Dollar, and there's another one that is a Dollar General, and there's another Dollar General. And there's like it's gotten to the point now where you have multiple townships in this area that have like banned them making up more Dollar Generals and Dollar Trees, etc. here for like the next 10 years.
Yeah. Dude, check this out. He said he got that freaking Colt for 50 muffins.
I saw that. That's a steal.
Was it off of a dead body?
No, who did you blow for that, Dwayne? Jesus. Oh, man. Why can't I find crap like that? I'm jealous of you, Dwayne. That is a freaking steal. In a heartbeat. 10 times over, I'd buy him. Keep going back to that guy at the flea market. Jesus. Stock up on that liquid IV and banana bag powder. I've never heard of this banana bag powder. Any of you guys?
Me either. He's going to have to explain.
Yeah, drop a picture or something of that there, Fiend Dog. I've never heard of that. Put the new Dwayne General. Silly Dwayne. Oh, Mamacita. Man, look at that. It's freaking beautiful. Look at that. It's like a blue with a little bit of purple pearl. That's good looking. I like that little kind of curvature there. Got the Tonto. I like the finger grip. This feels like it might be a little slick for me, but man, it's pretty. Is it Osmond? Osmond? I can't read that. AZMI? Is that what that is? Like it. It's beautiful. I love the color. That's big. That's you don't see very many. Like most of them are just black anymore. Just black. Give that the old thumbs up there, Dwayne. Iowa doesn't exist. Well, fuck, if Iowa's dropping $50 blasters for 50 muffin blasters, Iowa might exist. Jesus Christ. To Iowa, apparently, everybody.
Only in our dreams.
You guys see anything crazy sticking out to you in the news?
Mm,
There's a lot of local fuckery going on right now here, but doesn't really affect nationwide.
Huh.
Well, I guess technically it does because they Democrats are so fucking stupid. They don't want Biden on the ballot at all right now, or any other Democrat for president.
I've never seen this. Have you guys seen this banana bag stuff?
mm. Is it like the bicycle carbohydrate goo?
I don't know. I've never seen this. He's getting this at the dollar store?
I don't think he was necessarily claiming that. He was just
Oh,
saying
I was
stock
going to
up
say, wow.
or IV and
Your dollar
stuff.
store freaking rocks. Huh. That's interesting. Electrolyte and vitamin powder. Okay, I dig that. It's got a pretty good list of vitamins there. Shit, I might have to find some of that and try it out. That might be a tactical muffin top review and kind of do a review on the flavors. Looks like they got a few different kinds there. That's cool.
I think it's something good to have around, but I don't know that you have to go super heavy with it. I mean,
No, but heck, I mean,
at least not
it
for
looks like-
everyday use.
Right, but it looks like you get 6 of them in that bag. I mean, you just throw that under your back seat in your cars, and then, you got a little bit of, worst case scenario, you're on a long drive or something, and all you got's a couple bottles of water. It might get a little boring. This kind of be a little bit better than nothing. Damn, I might try some of that. That knife is custom made out of a leaf spring. Oh, really? Damn, that's a freaking nice polish for a leaf spring. Jesus. That took some time. Yeah. This is Fiend Dog, right? Yeah, that's the banana stuff. Not from the dollar store. Okay. Interesting. I might have to look into that. Oh, you know what? Let me hop on the old tactical muffin top phone here. Just eyeball this.
Yeah, Walmart carries some of that over in their
Holy
like
shit!
fitness nutrition section over in like health and beauty or whatever, and then they've got a bunch of it over by the water and lemonade and stuff over at the back of the store. And it's worth taking the time to compare the nutritional facts and see how much of each of the electrolytes it has. Your magnesium, your potassium, because they're all heavy on sodium. Sodium's cheap, but some of them have very little potassium or magnesium.
Right.
But probably
So
one or two of those a day for the average adult is probably plenty, especially if you have had any sort of average meal. But
right.
after a good hard workout, or if you've gone sometime, like if we end up in a situation where you gotta fast while you're on the move for a day or two, having those could be a major game changer.
Right. Those are not cheap. Those are like $3.30 $3.30 muffins a bag for those banana bags.
I'll have to look into them, see if they're worth it.
Yeah, like a 6-pack is like 16.88 muffins to around 20. That's what I'm seeing on Google. So I mean,
Dwayne Christensen bought a baby Jackery generator for 100 muffins this week. That's his prep.
no shit. Look at freaking Dwayne. Good work, Dwayne. All right. Well, now with a possible CME coming, go ahead and get that bad boy EMP proofed up. Check out some. You got that on Facebook Marketplace, dude. All right, Dwayne just sniping all the good deals out. All right, get ready to pay full price for everything, guys, because Dwayne pretty much bought up all the cheap stuff. Thanks a lot, Dwayne. Geez, man, good work.
People really need
Way to
money,
snipe
man.
Facebook. What's up?
So when people really need money,
Yeah, go money.
they're desperate.
You had to blow people on the corner. Everybody's gonna have to blow everybody.
Well, that's the one people never really talk about with the possible grid down is that sex work will be the number one thing at that time.
I don't know about number one thing, but I think it'll be used to the point
It'll be the
where
number one
it won't be
trade
worth that
item, I
much.
should say. Not for everyone, but it'll be number one for a lot of people.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Female people.
A lot of scumbags out there. Yeah, there's all these strong, independent women, that don't need a man right now or whatever, or all these purple-haired freaks that think they're this, that, and the other. Boy, SHTF, the realization will hit very hard. And don't get me wrong, there's some chicks that could probably put me in the ground just as easy, but there's plenty of chicks that are all about that designer bags and shit and, wearing high heels and skirts and stuff, and it's not going to work out very good for them. I'm retired. Oh, okay. So you get all the time. You win.
I think there's some. There was that one series years ago that Discovery did called The Colony.
Yeah, I've seen that.
The second season of that, with that, I think her name was Becca. She was like a model or whatever. And I think there'll be a realization like that for several weeks for people, especially like the people that are like you said, designer this, designer that, whatever the case be. It'll be a lot of semi good looking to good looking females that won't understand like the true issue going down, and then they realize when they have to do stuff for themselves that, and they get their own hands dirty. They'll do whatever they can to get out of that work.
Yeah, unfortunately,
some of them,
you say hands.
Hands and dirty
Yeah.
work. I understand where you're
Unfortunately,
going.
some of them will survive because of that.
Well, I mean, that's.
And hopefully, in the long run, they'll actually be better people when it's all said and done.
Yeah, but here you go. William hit it perfect here. William,
just like in everyday life, pretty people
they'll
always
be looking
have
for the
advantage.
protection. But the way society is these days, I mean, they're just so slutty. I mean, everybody's just giving it away for nothing. I mean,
and that's
it's not
exactly
going to help hold. 20 years ago, it might hold more. You get this chick that comes on real easy to you, might be more valuable than now. Well, now there's just a bunch of skanks running around everywhere. I don't know. As if a whole lot of guys are going to give too much cares about protecting them in this society that might be by design for that,
Well, it depends too, because, and I've talked about this several times on my own channel, with the possibility of civil war and everything like that. I don't think people realize like how many convicted criminals in prisons right now will be able to break out when everything goes south, and you will have gangs of criminals that have 2, 3, 4 of these women with them as just basically sex slaves.
It's to my understanding that most penitentiaries seal shut. So I think that if you have good prison guards, which I have a couple friends that are prison guards, and I have more people that are friends with prison guards, and they already flat said they're going to put down the maximum security peoples. So I would assume most good men that are working that kind of gig, they're going to go ahead and make sure that's not an issue. And there may be some people that, and bait. Yeah, that's the next thing, bait. They use the women for bait.
Yeah, exactly.
Or kids, same thing. Like, how many people are going to turn down a kid today if they come to the door and stay there hungry? You're going to bring them in and feed them something. Now,
speaking of coming to the door,
2 weeks from now and they come in, don't open your door, by the way. Go ahead.
Definitely stop answering your door, people. Like, if you're not expecting somebody, there's a knock at the door, just don't answer the door. That's how you get murdered by the cops. They knock on the door, you open the door holding your gun, and they shoot you.
Yeah, I have
not wrong or indifferent.
You might as well just come through the wall with the chainsaw, because I have means on the windows and the doors, the easiest ingress, But the shitty part is with today's modern construction, battery powered DeWalt or Milwaukee chainsaw, you're in anybody's house in 10 minutes anyway. That's why there's something to be said for the.
I just mean now in everyday life, like people quit answering their doors.
Yeah, if you don't have people coming over, it's not like you got vacuum, people coming over selling you shit at your door. Maybe a Jehovah's Witness here and there, but there's not there's not a time that I don't answer my door with a handgun, and it's still shut. So
I actually have a funny story about that. Now that you bring up Jehovah's Witnesses. When my mom was growing up, my grandmother, they would always have Jehovah's Witnesses coming by the house and stuff like that. And she'd be like, "Okay, girls, get down with your rosaries." And then she'd open up the door, and they would just be sitting there praying. And they got rid of them real quick.
Nice. I like that. 10 out of 10. Dwayne Christensen started prepping when he seen Red Dawn. Came out, Y2K boosted it and more. Now he's learned where to look, and, he's been stacking for a long time. That's why he can buy nice stuff all the time, like a $50 Muffin freaking blaster. Age will catch us all. That's why you must train the young ones. You need to train the young ones. If you don't have any, you need to, help train family members that are younger. You need to, maybe there's a neighbor kid and you're kind of a fatherly or motherly influence to them a little bit. We got to train the kids, because when we're gone, that's all that's left. Just like our grandparents and parents trained us and taught us, we got to pass that stuff on, man. Because age is inevitable. It's the one race we will all lose in the end. Unfortunately. I mean,
Y'all are
unless
garage sailing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I have a squirrel for brain. When y'all are like garage selling stuff, look for some of that like vintage cast iron.
Yeah,
that's better than the new stuff, and you get it cheaper.
That doesn't exist around here. Everybody knows what good cast iron is.
I understand, but I mean, you eventually find somebody that's old, that's at their wits' end, doesn't have anybody to leave it to or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm on the lookout for a good old Dutch oven. Is what I need to add to the collection. I need to get me one. I've almost pulled the trigger a couple times on a new one, but I'm like, it's just a new piece of junk. I want an old one that's actually good.
Yeah, those are few and far between now.
Yeah.
The elder boomers continue to bring in their old guns, stuff like that revolver that you showed a picture of a while ago.
Yep.
They continue to bring that stuff in, their old shotguns, their old Colt revolvers, old Smith revolvers.
It's just sitting there, isn't it?
All their old vintage semi-auto 22 stuff. I mean, where's the point now unless it's like immaculate or they want like bottom dollar for it? We're just not buying. We'll trade for stuff, but we're not buying because sales are so far down. And I know that's nationwide. We talked to some more sales reps today that have been around.
Yeah.
Part of the U.S.
Also that's something that they're willing to get rid of right now because everybody's hurting in the economy, especially people on fixed income. I mean, I'm seeing all these TikToks now of all these people like 30s, 40s, 50s, prime working age that I was just watching this gal, nice looking gal. She's like, I don't have TV, anything. She's like, I just watch stuff for free on my phone. I use my neighbor's Wi-Fi. She's like, I have a couch and a cat. And she's like, she's like, I'm reducing our food intake because there's nothing left to cut. She's like, I don't even have a bed. I have a couch. She's like, I can't. She's like, I already work 2 jobs. She's like, I can't even afford to fucking eat 3 meals a day.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, my rent just went up $500. And I'm like, it's going to happen to everybody.
Yeah.
This is all kind of what I'm getting at is this all goes back to like what Duke was talking about back a month or so ago when he was first talking about selling his AKs off and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Vintage Warfare here on YouTube. On one of his shorts, he said that the prices on like milsurps have gotten ridiculous. He said, nah, I'll wait. I'll buy them at your estate sales.
Yeah, well, you won't be able to sit there and negotiate the price if you know you're dead. So,
yeah. Well, everything's doubled and tripled, and I understand it's they're not importing any more of it. Like there's not going to be any $100 Mosins anymore. Excuse me, Muffin Mosins anymore.
Right.
But it's ridiculous to just close your eyes and pick one at random and think that it's worth 400 muffins now. I mean,
right.
Particular ones, pristine ones with rare cartouches maybe.
Yeah,
we sold a grade 2 Swedish Mauser like a week ago for I think 350 muffins. Like it was beautiful. exactly 100 years old, and you can still get modern produced ammo for that. That's reasonable.
Yeah, dude, honestly, when I was fighting, when I was, on my own, making it on my own, I was packing my lunch every day, saving every dollar I made, fresh out of college, bought an apartment with the wife because it was cheaper than her staying in the dorms. We were out on our own, and I was grinding, and I thought I was too poor to afford an AR, and I almost picked up an SKS because it was a couple $100 cheaper, and I thought that equivalated to um, affordability. But at the end of the day, Millsap's not there anymore, and that's what it was for. Was for the guy who couldn't go buy an AR, was for the guy who couldn't go buy an AK, and it's not. It's flipped, and it doesn't make any sense as far as why wouldn't you just get an AR now?
It's like the same thing with any gun control in this country, and that's what that Ava woman and her friend were talking about there for Colorado with the excise tax and stuff. Every single gun control that is a taxation on gun owners is nothing more than an attack on the poor. And I can tell you that firsthand as somebody who didn't have a concealed carry for years because I couldn't afford the fees to go do the class.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I fought so hard for constitutional carry here in Ohio. That's why this network exists now.
Zero Titan solar generator, huh? Let me Google this.
So in y'all states, does your concealed carry license satisfy the next check?
I don't think. Well, there are some
No, they
local
do not.
gun shops that do not consider that to be a thing. You still have to do background checks and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was another reason for me not to get it, honestly, because I was like, well, if it's not going to cover that, like, why the fuck would I even have this then?
Well, I'm asking less store policy, and
right.
So like for it to work, the concealed carry license has to be issued at least every 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've got to renew it every 5 years, and then obviously there's a background check that goes with it. Whatnot. If it meets all that minimum criteria, then it satisfies the next check under the Brady law.
Mm-hmm.
There's some states that they issue their license for longer, or there's been one or two states, like there was some stuff I think in Georgia or South Carolina, like a couple years ago, that caught one county sheriff who's responsible in that state for the permitting. That caught him taking bribes to just give them to people without actually doing the background check, and so ATF said that invalidated their NICS exemption statewide because he had tainted the pool of issued cards.
Mm-hmm. And
I know in my state there's been some swirl about when they first passed medical marijuana at state level. They sent out a memo to everybody. They made it known that if you had a concealed carry card and then you got your medical marijuana card, they would revoke your concealed carry. But you can't have both. Now there's some talk about them simultaneously issuing, and I hope they don't do that, because if they do, it will invalidate everyone else's concealed carry license, satisfying the next check. And I think the reason the state wants to do that is they've bled a bunch of revenue since we became constitutional carry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I voiced my opinion on it. I don't think constitutional carry is 100% the way to go. I understand it. I was gonna say it can't. There's no way I'm open carrying. I will conceal carry till the day I die, and I'm a big fat ugly dude, and I carry a full size gun with a light. What the fuck's the y'all's problem? Ain't nobody else.
Constitutional carry. Constitutional carry is you don't have to pay for the privilege, and you can carry open or concealed.
Yeah,
it's not constitutional carry. It's not constitutional carry if it's only open carry without a permit.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's also things where I've talked to people about this offline about how, for instance, if you forget your gun is on you and you happen to go someplace where you're not supposed to technically be carrying and you somehow get caught, like, it'll be a slap on the wrist in some cases instead of being a actual, like, prison time because you have a concealed carry license here, at least in this state anyway.
Right.
Now, granted, I'm not saying I do that stuff, but I've heard these things.
The problem is we might be a constitutional carry state, but like our big blue areas are Lincoln and Omaha, and they the rest of the state basically balances out in votes because we're purple. That's all the rural people and everything else that aren't in the two big cities, the equivalent, right? if you go to Lincoln or Omaha with your constitutional carry, you can't technically carry it there anyway because their city ordinances supersede depending on where you're at. So you can't
Well, that
even
has
have it in
more
your
to do with
car.
state preemption, though, right?
Yeah, but everybody else's states and legislation can do the exact same thing. So yeah, they might say, "Oh, we're going to flash this big win for us," but then if you look, 60% of the states restricted past what it was anyway. Is it even worth it? Just to have the fucking check mark next to you. Oh, we got it. You can't fucking use it. Who cares? Like, does it even fucking matter? It's the illusion of a win. It's the illusion of you actually got something done. It's the illusion of the people that you were voting for to actually get something done. They're like, here's a thumbs up, and they just freaking patted their pockets all the way to the bank behind closed doors. They didn't do shit for you. They don't care about us. That's
Yeah,
what it
most
is.
don't. But the thing is, there's also lawsuits going on over that whole thing as well, from my understanding.
Yeah, but everywhere in time, and there's by the time they do that, there'll be new crooked politicians. Like it's just fucking stupid. Anyway, I looked at the Zero Titan solar generator. Jesus, Pat, this is a lot of money for me. I'm poor. I live in Nebraska. They go for about 3 muffins with zeros on the end, three zeros minimum. Good for you, Pat Ryan. You are squared away. Now you need to get that EMP proof for this weekend, my man. Go buy like a metal cabinet or something and rig that puppy up. I think you are an electrician, so getting your ground and everything should be pretty easy for you. I think you said that. Traded pawn shop 870 express for 80 muffins. Put a Walmart Blackhawk furniture on it for 70 muffins. Wait, you traded. Oh, you traded this for a CZ. Oh, yeah, you got that CZ10. Oh, yeah. We talked about that. That's gun porn. Matt's gun porn.
Hey, that's something for people to prep. So you've got your pews already, but do you have spare parts for your pews to keep them running? Replacement firing pins, replacement recoil springs.
That's why in my early videos I preach standardization.
Yeah.
I think if you have 20, 30, 10, 5, 2 people in your group, y'all should be carrying the same shotgun, the same AR, the same sidearm, the same everything. And have one person be the gun armorer guy, whatever, to repair it. Or one guy's better at shotguns. He has all the shotgun shit. One guy is better at ARs. He has all the spare AR parts and stuff you guys got. I think that would be a good thing to do. Boy, I am looking at your thing here, Dwayne. Why don't you just drop it in my chat? I'm not seeing a CZ right offhand. Just oh my god, who bought this Sky?
He said it's in Matt's.
Yeah, I'm looking at Matt's gun porn. Oh man, Shadow 99688. 120 half what I paid to. Ooh, I don't know if I can agree with that.
William of Ravenshire said, and the tools to do the job, gunsmithing tools. That's correct too. Basic stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's paying attention. I mentioned this on a previous chat, but like a lot of the gun cleaning supplies are low right now too. So like if you're not.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a perfect.
If you're not ahead on that stuff.
Yeah, you can get like basically an armor set up with like all your torques and everything you need, bore brushes, things like that. I think they go on sale all the time. I think I seen one for like 75, 79 muffins. But I mean, if you're working on now, if we're not Handler gunsmithing, just saying, like not everybody's good at it. So if that's not your strong suit, don't do it. Play to your strengths, and you should have somebody else in your group that plays to your opposites. That way you can help each other be stronger. Don't have 16 gun guys that all want to be the gunsmithing, the best guy, sighting everybody's guns, cleaning everybody's guns, and only want to do security and shooting because you're going to die. What you need is a guy who's really good at planting and gardening tomatoes. And what you really need is a good, strong, young guy that can go get 5-gallon buckets of water, or maybe you need a plumber that can rig up a really good water catchment system or something. Like, you need to be diverse in your group. Having everybody think the same way and say it'd be yes men, like we are in some of these chats sometimes. Like even Honda was saying, and Furnace comes in and challenges him with good counterpoints sometimes because he doesn't tread the far right line like we do. That's good. You don't need everybody to think the same way, because if you're all thinking the same way and looking the same way, whatever's coming up behind you will kill every one of you. Overconfidence in one area means incompetent in other areas, and that doesn't help anybody.
My cousin and I were talking about a couple things a few years back because he was ex-military and he has a bunch of
for sure.
Marine vets and stuff like that he's friends with. And we were discussing where my family's one setup is, and he said, "Yeah, it takes like 3 Marine snipers to take out everybody in this place."
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you this. The people talk about the sniping concept and stuff. A handful of deer hunters can do the same thing, man. If they go out every year and they actually practice with their gun, like Duke was saying, a guy who practices and trains every week with that single shot shotgun, it's going to be way scarier than the guy who gets out once a year with his EDC.
Mm-hmm.
Because training and practice equals proficiency, not just having the shit. It doesn't do you anything to stack everything if you're not even going to shoot once every 5 years. You might as well not even stack guns. Serious. I'm sorry if that offended somebody in this chat and you don't ever listen to me again. Sometimes a hard dose of reality is a thing. And I've listened to somebody else earlier. He had a vehicle issue. And guess what? What happens if you're driving down the road and you get a flat tire and then you get another flat tire because it blew out trying to limp you along and you're 50 miles away and you have a kid in the car? Boy, walking 50 miles with a 2-year-old, 3-year-old blows dick, let alone you definitely ain't doing it in a day. What happens if you're on vacation and all the flights get canceled? The CME hits and you didn't know anything about it because it's not in the news until freaking Friday afternoon, but you flew out Thursday. And it actually is the shit hits the fan. Boy, you are stuck wherever you're at with whatever you got. And if you flew there, you probably don't have a whole hell of a lot, dudes. Just saying.
Yep.
Maybe think about your travel plans this weekend. Maybe adapt a little bit and maybe say, you know what? Maybe we need to do some stuff at home. Just on the safe side. I agree with that, Gordo. I actually was watching a guy who did it from Harbor Freight, and it might be something I'm semi-interested in looking at doing. But yeah, you can piece together solar generators these days, and the Chinese knockoffs are getting more and more plentiful, more and more names, which makes the prices go down at the end of the day. And then maybe actually finding the higher quality stuff might be the bit of an issue. So you might say, hey, oh no, well, the better quality stuff might still be a little bit higher, but you get what you get. Would you rather have 3 of one thing or 1 of a really good thing? I don't know. That's up to you and how you do it. But truth. My dad hadn't shot in a year and smoked a rabbit on the run with 1 shot, 56 yards. Rabbit's not shooting back at you, dude. I understand, there's talent and there's years and years and years of repetitive stuff. I can hop behind my bolt gun and drop a coyote or a deer at 300 yards because I've been doing it for over 25 years that way. That's experience. That's not buying it, shooting it once, and sticking it in a freaking closet for the rest of your life. There's a difference. So yes, there's some, integrated things like that. But at the same time, now implement somebody on your brain wavelength or, your IQ level, and you're getting shot back at. Most people go to a flat range and don't ever do like a shoot house or something. You can make one really simple with just buy a shed and then throw some freaking, some plywood in there and simulate walls and things like that and blockages and doorways and how to slice pies and stuff. Like, I'm not a freaking pro, but I've been to shoot houses and stuff because I shoot with cops and I shoot with military guys. And do I do it that much? No, I might honestly, I'll be real with you guys. I'll be lucky if I get out to shoot every couple months. I got shit to do. And that might be the reality for most of us in here. The most I've shot this year is 200 rounds. And that's 150 through the dagger because I was having the issues with it. And I ended up finding out it was the reloads that were out of spec a little bit. And then I've shot a little bit of 22 at some varmints at the farm, and I shot a bolt action, and hopefully I go out this weekend and shoot a turkey. That's still, I'm going to be under 300 rounds for the year. Yeah, I can, just like SoCal saying, I can go out and shoot a turkey, no problem, with my shotgun. I've shot plenty of turkeys. It's not going to be any different than any other turkey I put in the freezer. But there's something to be said for the guy that just goes and buys 10 shotguns and has never fucking shot it. Recoil management.
There are lots of people who purchase firearms as a talisman to ward off evil. Like they think, like, check the box, I've got the gun. Now I'm ready. There's also people like during the Obama years, like post Sandy Hook, that would
that's a pretty good idea.
line up at Walmart every night and just buy all the ammo off the truck. That turned into their way of life. Like that was like their casino or scratch off ticket thing. Like that, they were getting that dopamine hit, standing in line, scoring 2 bricks of 22, and 100.
He's 60 plus years of shooting. What was it, 22 or a shotty with the irons? Yeah, I mean, how many? He's been hunting rabbits for 60 years. Yeah, he's got it figured out. He has muscle memory at that point. There's people that don't even have a mag through their AR. I have an AR right next to me down here in my basement within 10 feet of me. I haven't even fucking shot before. But it's sitting here. It's sitting here in a go bag. And I haven't even fucking shot it one time. I have a fucking brand new suppressor I haven't even fucking shot yet. I don't have time.
You still haven't used it?
No, I haven't fucking used it. I was going to use it the other weekend, but I fucked up my leg and I couldn't walk that day. When I fucking hyperextended my knee, I was going to go out to the farm and shoot it. I still haven't shot my fucking can. I've had it for over a month. Just saying. I don't know how. I don't have to lie and act like I'm fucking the Terminator. I'm human. Yeah. We're all human.
I don't know how in town you live in town, but if you get you some subs.
Very much to the point where I cannot shoot it in town.
Okay.
I'll put it to you that way.
In that case, I won't say drop some 147s in it and hold the slide shut.
Yeah. It would be frowned upon very closely by my neighbor, who also has thought the same thing about a dog we don't like. But yeah, there's some experience there. But actually, this is a pretty good idea. Check out. I see those solar powered deals, and they got like the little wind reader on them too. That ain't a bad idea when all the the panic prepping's going, and you just going and clipping all them wires to them solar battery deals. But here in Nebraska, I actually know cornfields that have these things. They have 3 of them set up in each field. And I'm not going to tell you where that, because that's part of my fucking prep. I'm letting you know I'm picking up them tripods with the solar setups on them. And I know where the GPSs are. I'm going to snip them bitches out. Yeah, I'm taking that. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you're getting shut out. Yeah, nobody's getting shut out at the range. This is what I'm saying. You're not going to be static shooting. You're going to be moving, shooting at weird angles and things that, unless you get out and practice, you get a beater car or something, or even your nice car, your only car. You still have to practice, car work, getting in and out, shooting from compromised positions. You know what? Duct tape a tennis ball in your right hand if you're right-handed and run drills as if you got shot. Boy, you're going to find out your level 2 retention holster fucking blows to get out with your left hand. I found that out. Now, I haven't changed it, but just letting you know, you're probably not getting your sidearm if you have retention past level 1. If you're fucking down with your main hand, it is going to suck. Try it. It sucks. You can do it. You can do it right now. You can go get a freaking roll of toilet paper and duct tape your hand shut. Everybody can do that. I don't care if you're in an apartment. I don't care if you're sitting in a camper, if you're in a car. Grab a water bottle and duct tape your hand that you're dominant with, that you normally run stuff with. Let me know how your day goes. It's going to suck for the next hour you try to do shit with that one hand. It will suck. Just saying. That's something you can do for free. That's a free fucking prep. You know what? I should have took it. Last night, I just walked with my pistol belt and chest rig and an AR. I just walked for a mile on the treadmill. I'm like, shit, I haven't walked in a minute. I am out of shape. And I quit. Of course, I was also catching up on Rick and Michonne because I haven't watched that yet. So I started watching that, and then I got way too involved in it, and then I stopped walking. So don't watch something you're super duper interested in. Maybe just watch Tactical Muffin Top on YouTube. Shameless plug. I can't be that entertaining. Also, those light plants on the highway. Yeah, or even it's construction season, guys. Oh no, shit, it's the fan. You just all of a sudden, walk off with a nice generator, a nice diesel generator just sitting out there that has those lights on it. Those are pretty freaking nice. Yeah, that's something that I mean, be a little bit of a vigilante. Yeah, I mean, I understand Coldfoot, and that's some people, and that's why some people are better at other things. You know what? I definitely am going to want a grandma who knows how to sew stuff because you're not going to go to the store and buy another pair of jeans. And I have that in a video. You know what you're really going to want is a grandma or an older lady. Or I guess it doesn't have to be an older. It could be a 20-year-old kid who just loves to sew and crochet. Boy, am I going to love that guy making me a scarf and a sweater in the middle of fucking minus 20-degree winter. Boy, am I going to love not having the crotch of my jeans ripped out in a fucking blizzard when I have to do patrols, right? Or not even patrols. What if it's just an LPOP and you're just sitting in a deer blind, like a little pop-up deer blind? It's cold as shit. You probably don't want holes in your clothes. Boy, wouldn't it be so nice to have one of those? It's garage sale season. If you can find one of those old foot pedal freaking sewing machines and get it going, those things are indestructible. Freaking indestructible. I seen it on, my grandma collects them. She thinks they're cool. And most of them don't work, but they're just kind of cool, like little side tables, whatever. She puts decorations and crap on. Fuck. Who's the New York prepper guy? Firefighter. Jason. His name's Jason. Big firefighter, Jack freaking Black dude. Not to bring race into it, but Angry Prepper. Thank you. That's me. Shout out to me. The Angry Prepper. He went to somebody's bug out location and they had one of those foot pedal deals. And that was part of his wife's shit hits the fan. If she was going to repair clothing and BDUs and tarps, whatever may need be, tents. If that's all you have to fix it. I mean, you're only going to have so much duct tape, Flex Seal, whatever, tar, whatever you stock. Eventually that stuff will run out and you need to mend it. Your backpack, eventually your bag's going to rip. Knife sheaths, all kinds of high use shit that breaks all the time. What happens when you break your Safari Land finally? Your Loctite screws finally strip out or something, and you ain't got nothing else. Well, you're tucking it in like half of freaking grandma and grandpa used to do back in the day, just in your belt, in your waistline. I don't know, things to think about, guys. It doesn't have to be crazy. It's the eventuality that purchase items will fail.
There will be lots of scavenging to be done if you live long enough for all your kits to start failing, though, too.
Yeah. But at the same time, you don't want to be there because you're just going to be a target. Like, if you can't make it out to your buddy's farm, like where was this guy? Pat already said it, dude. His plan is he's hopping on his camper and he's out of there, so he's going somewhere. He already knows wherever he's at's not sustainable.
Since most people have less than 6 months worth of food, I think definitely by 6 months you'll start to have some resurgence of community. The timeline will be much quicker than what you've seen on seasons of The Walking Dead.
I think you'll be right in some areas. And in some areas, there will be people that are addicted to violence and want to do nothing but see red. And just like freaking Joker, they want to see the world burn. There's some sick fucks out there that are on psychomatic medications now that when that's gone and they're not getting a resup, let alone the willingness to freaking be put back on that shit, there's going to be some freaks out there, man.
Well, it's not even just the ones that are on meds now. It's the ones that need to be on meds now.
I want to read this. Technical Muffin Top, don't feel bad. I have 3 shotguns I've never shot. My side-by-side, one of my Mossberg 590s and a 500 and a Hatfield 410 shotgun. Well, 410's expensive, so I understand that. But, yeah, but you shot, a 590 before, and a shotgun's a shotgun. For the most part, is a shotgun. And if you have some sort of training with one and it looks like you're sticking with, a side-by-side, how can you not know how to run a side-by-side if you're into guns remotely? Yeah, some of your stuff will translate and bleed into that, but in other times, it won't. And guess what? There's, I know Coldfoot personally, actually. He's really fucking good at tech shit. He fixes shit. He comes out and he's like checks out my stuff. He's like, oh, all you have to do is this, this, and this. And I'm like, I have no idea because it's just not it's just not in my wheelhouse, you know? So don't be afraid to mix like that. Don't be mad, bro. But if you don't shoot 1,000 rounds a week, yes, you do not have to dry fire. I do a lot of dry fire practice. I do a lot of walking on the treadmill and pulling shit out of my holster and just pointing and squeezing. There's something to be said for, there's a lot of people that can't walk and shoot. I'll let you know, half the time if you're getting shot at, you're probably going to be in motion.
A lot of that is shoot and move.
Yeah. Or, you know, stop, move, bounding fire, you know, stuff like that. That makes total sense.
I'm up.
Yeah.
He sees me. I'm down. I'm up.
Yeah.
He sees me. I'm down.
And that's a great practice too. How many people get up? How many people can get up 10 times in full kit and get up, you know, just go run 10 feet and drop 10 times and get back up, run 10 feet like a sprint. And then if you're somewhere you can shoot. You will be shooting everywhere. You will be winded. You will be tired because it's not something you do every day. Most people do not do that every day unless they're currently active in the military or a cop. Cops do that stuff, you know. I see them run 2-3 blocks in full kit, jumping freaking fences and shit, and then have to shoot at somebody. And quite frankly, that comes into some of the bad training where they mag dump, and that's part of it. I understand.
Well, that mag dumping comes out of fear and not being well trained with a gun.
Yes, because they think that this squeezing their finger, since I don't have a camera, the squeezing their finger, it doesn't. You're right. It's lack of training, but
It's
that
the physical.
to them.
It's the physical manifestation of an emotional urge to like swat at bees.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You are 100% right. William Ravenshire, I am a big proponent of training with the 1022 and 22 conversion kits and everything because it's dirt cheap, and at the end of the world, you can stack, much like Duke Liberty says, it's really obtainable to stack 15,000 rounds of 1022. It's really, quite frankly, it's really easy for everybody to stack 1,000 for under 100 muffins. You go buy 2 bricks. 1,000 rounds, guys. That is a lot. Grandma can shoot a 22. A freaking 5-year-old can shoot a 22. Boy, you just doubled your small, you know, freaking homies that can shoot in a direction right there.
And after that 6 months, when there's not a hospital to get to lickety split, people will learn very quickly that gut shot with anything is a death sentence when sepsis sits in.
Yeah, not everybody has a freaking field medic in their group. Not everybody has enough meds for 10 people to get a gut shot from a 1022. Not everybody has enough meds for 4 people to get winged by a fucking bird shot load, dude. Yes, 100%. These are really good. These MP 1522s, great for the mag changes. You can run your gear. They're the same size as AR's things. I stock the 1022 for other reasons, but this makes a lot of sense, and might be looking to pick up one of these in the used market. These things kind of hold their value pretty well. I don't think Smith & Wesson actually makes enough of these to get their prices to drop too terribly much, and maybe Lawfully can chime in on that. But
yeah, the price of them ebbs and flows. The availability of them does too. They'll go a period of time without any, and then
100% SoCal. You know what? I'll let you know the one thing that you need the most, and shit hits the fan, guys. Say we're 8 months into it. We're past Lawfully Arms 6-month little kind of buffer. I'm gonna put you out of your comfort zone here for a minute. You know the thing that's going to keep you alive trying to stretch 1,000 pounds of food for 10 people? A bean counter. And that could be the thing that saves everybody's life, because you can calculate down to, if you get your calorie formula down to basically where you need to not die, and they can stretch that for you, opposed to some just big brute alpha male dude who just eats as much as he wants every day. He'll eat you out. You know, not in a gay way like that sounded, but he will eat you out of food faster than you can sustain it and grow it and replace it or scavenge it. And you will all die. You will all die.
I've had 1,523 calories today.
Good job, dude. I had more than that. I actually had ice cream this week. I cheated on my diet midweek. Oh, well.
I'm very disciplined. If it's not in the house, like if I don't buy it and bring it home, then I don't miss it. But if it ends up in the house, like eventually I will break down. But
The problem is we have all that stuff in the house because I'm the only one on the diet. So
yeah,
that's the shitty part. But I've been doing really good. I've been eating spinach for lunch for 3 weeks. I've eliminated breakfast for the last year and a half, just black coffee. And I hate coffee, so it's really great for me. Black instant Folgers coffee, no sugar, nothing. Just that's what I drink. I just forced myself to do it. It's not a big deal. It was to get rid of gout. I haven't had gout since, so I guess I'll keep doing it. But just little things, and we're human. Like I had a little. It was in there since Christmas because it was in the shape of a Christmas tree. I had a Christmas tree freaking ice cream bar tonight, and I did a bunch of yard work and cut some trees for my folks, and I mowed my place and weed eated, and I had 2 sandwiches for dinner with a handful of chips, and I was in another chat, and I decided I wanted something that was right here in the freezer, so I had it. You know, we can all be human. You don't have to be miserable. There's nothing to life being miserable, but being disciplined has its merits. Thank you, Lawfully. Coldfoot quite literally have the ability to fix clothes, tools, machines, itself. Tradable skill. Yeah. You know what? A good mechanic or a good electrician who understands solar in your group, 100%. A good plumber. You know, predators will
somebody
group up.
lay some pipe.
They will.
They will, but I think a lot of those people, the ones that y'all are concerned about, the psychos, the people that see red or whatever, a lot of those people will snuff each other out or get snuffed out. Like it's just a numbers game.
They will.
They will, but it's also human mentality to group up. And quite frankly, people want to be protected. Just going back to the female trading nasties for protection, there's men that want to be led. There's not all men that want to be leaders, and they want an alpha to follow.
Well, not only that, but especially when you get into like major cities and stuff like that, where there's all these different gangs and everything.
Yeah, look,
you're going to have a mega gang at some point.
Yeah, Bloods and Crips are never going to go away. MS-13, they're recruiting constantly. It could be as simple as a Muslim gang that's turned a bunch of people, and they'll gain steam for a while. It could be like if you guys listen to the audiobook series by William of Ravenshire, the book 2 with Steve, there's a cannibalistic town right next door, Potterfield, and they eat people and they grade people for eating. And if you don't eat the first plate of food, this is how he knows I'm not bullshitting. I listen to his book all the time. I actually just finished that book today. They feed everybody they catch the meat first, and they're hungry. They're a few months in to shit hits the fan, right? And it's winter, so food's hard to find. All that's left is what's out there. You can't grow shit hardly in the winter at all, let alone if you're doing that level of SHTF to the point where the grid's gone. Pretty much whatever's out there is what's out there for the winter. Hence why you need to store seeds. I don't care if you go dumpster diving at the dollar store to get their seeds and you have them. Do that because at least you have something. Go hang out behind the organic hippie store and grab a bunch of their fruit and stuff they throw away that's organic and watch a YouTube video on how to preserve the seeds. I don't care if you have to dumpster dive to stay alive, guys. I want us all to stay alive at the end of the day.
Growing sprouts is a very good idea because you want to have starts no matter what.
Yeah, not to mention it's really good nutritional value. But
that Mike Adams guy that was the health ranger when Texas had that power grid almost failure a few years back now, that's what he had going. He had a bunch of starts from little sprouts and stuff like that, and that's how he survived for like 4 days or something.
Yeah, dude, there was a guy last winter. We couldn't find him for like 16 days. The guy survived he was fat. He was over 400 pounds. This guy survived in his car by eating like ketchup packets and stuff, and he was down to just Taco Bell hot sauce packets, and he ate like all of his food wrappers and trash in his car and snow. And he survived. His body ate his fat, and he had enough, calories and whatever he was able to scavenge in his car to maintain. Now, it's disgusting that his car was that filthy that he should have died, but that's either here nor there. But obviously, all of us probably have some sort of calories in our vehicles. I'm going to go out on a limb and say everybody has at least something to get home, at least 1 day's worth of food for whomever will be traveling with you in your vehicle. I have 3 to 4 days to a week. If I go out of town, I stack heavy on the food.
We always do if we're leaving anywhere. But like I say, literally in my daily routine, I'm 1.5 miles from my house, which I can walk.
Yeah, that's perfect. But say you're going 100 miles out of town for the weekend to a bigger city.
Yeah. We take stuff.
Yeah, you should. I don't care if it's a box of granola bars. Boy, that's super duper
granola
light.
Bars and jerky.
Calories. Yeah.
Granola bars, jerky, and a case of water, at least.
100%. William Rabershire, I love mine. 2 pound C flat trigger. You're talking about that 1022? Yes, X Adam one. I should probably be on a. My boy's 2.5. Probably when he's closer to the 5 age mark, and I want to get a 22 can because for some kids 22 is still loud. I think that'd be a lot more fun for him to get into. Not just shooting and moving, but people to get them to cover. Yeah, cover, not just concealment, cover. 100% on that. A hole is a hole. Yeah. And quite frankly, there's some people that don't know that. There's some people that don't know that in this chat even. And I'm not acting like I know everything. I mean, look at today's vehicles. You might say back in the 70s, 80s, vehicles were cover. Now, even with the engine blocks, they're concealment at best. Wheel wells, it's not fucking cover anymore, guys. It's so cheap. Vehicles aren't cover, they're concealment.
Are we sure he was talking about getting shot or getting fucked?
I'm hoping the shot part, but I mean, a hole is still a hole in both aspects. Yes, thank you, Ohio. We were talking about bumping uglies for protection, so I mean, yeah, that's a twofer. We'll give him that. Cool thing is they fail to feed. Yeah, run the drills. There's some people even I shoot with now that can't clear a basic malfunction, a stovepipe on a pistol, on a Glock. They don't know what the fuck to do. They don't know what to do on a double feed or a jam on an AR, and their gun's down. And that's going to happen. So you need to be able to say, maybe you go out with 3 or 4 buddies and say, your rifle's down, right? 1 through 3, give them letter fucking 3. All right, 3, your fucking rifle's down, ain't coming out without a punch rod. Oh, you don't have a punch rod on your gun or on your kit? Looks like your rifle's out of the fight till the fight's over. You got what you got. You know what I mean? There's who was that? Asymmetrical Preparedness actually runs a push rod on his AR for that reason. Like squiblets and shit. That's really smart.
If you look at historical pictures from Vietnam, there were lots of service members that did that. They kept one rubber banded or duct taped to their handguard of their M16s. I
think you should. Or at minimum, have one of those GI cleaning kits with a push rod.
Well, that's what they had. They had the GI cleaning rod just already assembled.
Right. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Honestly, yeah, on your gun, if it's in the right spot, you're never even going to know it's there. So you might as well. Locally, I see them as low as 300 muffins. That ain't bad. Maybe I'll get one of. What's up, Rick from 406? I would assume you just came and that's your mating call. Maybe I'll look at getting one of those instead of. I was going to stack another Ruger 1022, but I might be on the lookout.
That M&P 1522 is the best 22 facsimile on the market for manual of arms.
Yeah.
I second his decision. I don't know what we're talking about.
I loved my version of it, but then it got stolen, and I still haven't got a chance to replace it yet.
Well, Rick, I'm going to let you know that I think this has been a very well-rounded chat, and I don't know how enthusiastic I was at the beginning of it, but now I feel like I think we preached and hit some pretty good, important egotistic flaws in even of the prepper mindset, and I think you should probably honestly re-listen to this chat when you get a chance sometime.
I probably will tomorrow after work.
I will. I always listen to my chats the next day at work, mostly because the radio sucks. Like I'm gonna let you guys know I missed Honda enough that I actually listened to the last chat we all had at work today because I was bored and I was like, oh, I miss Honda. And then he was ripping me about the gun and everything that apparently I fucked up his dagger. And then I was like, oh yeah, fuck Honda. And then I switched to something else. But I mean, you get into a rhythm and something changes even to the point drastically of I don't have a Tuesday chat with Honda and my week was off a little bit from it, to the point where, oh no, the power's out. Everybody's circadian rhythm just got reset forever, all at once. There are a lot of people that aren't going to be able to handle that, dude. There's some people that are so stressed over work and everything, and their daily routine is their life, and they do not know what to do without it. There's a reason why when we go to school currently, we have bells and things like that at certain times. It was mostly to train factory workers back in the day, but humans like a schedule. We really do. And when you take everybody's away at the same time, say the government, internet's gone for a month. Boy, there is going to be some fucking bad actors out there, dude. Just fucking saying. Let me catch up on some of these. Sorry. Got on a rant. Not only that, you're talking about your calories are getting 3,000 to 4,000 a day. Factor into office. Yeah, you really don't need that many. Quite frankly, I could probably get by cutting another 500 calories out of my diet doing an office gig. Although I believe you. I think he was talking about your double hole penetration, Ohio, right there. I think Honda has the best game plan. Fly anywhere. Yeah, well, until you don't have a flight crew that maintains your plane and fuels it for you, because planes are finicky, homie.
Or
You've got 2 to 4 hours of maintenance time for every hour of flight time.
Yeah, fuck that. I haven't seen this guy before. Tactical Muffin Top. I got 3 bulge discs, but I diet, workout, and fast. How do you do it? Getting old sucks. Dude, I'm 32 and I'm fucked up. I got my back doctors say a 90-year-old man has a better back than I do. Dude, I'm just in pain all the time, and I figured the Lord hasn't fucking killed me over yet, so I just say fuck it and do it. Seriously, that's just my mentality. Like, if I'm still kicking, I still need to get in better shape because my boy's not going to get any lighter, and I'm going to have to start chasing after him because his balance is getting pretty good. He's running now. Like, one day I'm going to have to sprint and stop him from getting hit by a car. It's inevitable. Every kid runs out into traffic or something like that. Like, one day it's going to depend on me being able to sprint somewhere, maybe catching him off of a slide at a playground, or some fucking weirdo grabbing him at a playground. You know, like, at some point, me running and jumping in between him and a dog and getting bit by another fucking dog. Like, one day is going to be, my body needs to be where it needs to be for a fucking reason. And if the Lord hasn't fucking paralyzed me from the neck down, he's giving me the fucking opportunity to get there. So that's how I look at it, dude.
Well, speaking of the kids, we had an attempt here yesterday.
Oh no!
At a gas station, a dude tried to get a 16-year-old kid into his vehicle, and it sounds like obviously a lot of the gas stations here have casinos attached to them because that's how you do things. And a casino runner saw this kid like fighting to not get taken in this vehicle, and held the dude down until the cops showed up. And we live in like BFE, so for somebody to try to kidnap a kid at a gas station is pretty wild.
No. I know sex trafficking is way up here because we have the interstate like right next to a couple areas like right through here, and like within 3 minutes at a truck stop, mom, 2 kids went to go potty while the dad was pumping gas, and the mom came out and the other girl came out who was a little bit older, and they're like, "Where's your sister?" I don't know. They went and walked around, and they walked back. Mom started freaking out a little bit, like calls her husband, "Hey, blah 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 is missing, couldn't find him." Goes back in, screams her kid's name in the bathroom, goes back in, has like a feeling she heard something kind of different, right? So she goes back in and looks under every one of the fucking stalls. There's one stall in there with fucking 2 pairs of legs, an adult and the kids. She fucking kicks the fucking door open. This gal already had her kid changed in a new set of clothes and shaved her fucking head to look like a boy.
Jesus.
In 3 fucking minutes, guys. These people that are snatching kids for a living know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
And they basically say, if you say anything or yell anything or yell for your mom or something, I'll kill your family. And the kid doesn't fucking know.
All I know is if that was my wife, that gal would have never left that stall.
Oh, I would have fucking decapitated her and flushed her in the fucking toilet, man. But that's for the federal agents listening to this. That was a theoretical thing that I just said. But yeah, dude, people that know how to crime are really good at criming, no matter what crime they're in on.
That's the one thing about Ohio too, is our entire state is pretty much a giant highway system. And yeah, there is a lot of trafficking going on around here all the time.
Armored Lexus. That'd be sweet. Yeah, dude, it's fucked up. And whether it's the drug trade, like gangs are getting everywhere. These people are being brainwashed into Islam. Like, dude, there's so much things happening around us that probably we're not even aware of. And some of the times my wife thinks I'm fucking crazy, but I'm like, dude, I'm switched on. I fucking know what's around here. I know we have 3 terrorist cells in Nebraska because fucking one of them tried to attack a military base I was fucking guarding. Dude. Well, it wasn't the one I was at, but I found out about it because fucking Homeland Security came to Podunk, fucking Nebraska, ran everybody through a drill. The fucking sheriff department failed. The fucking state P failed. The fucking police department failed. The fucking military base got a D fucking minus. You can't tell me we're all ready for this shit because fucking Homeland Security from Washington, D.C. rolled into Podunk, fucking Nebraska, and we all motherfucking failed. I don't even know what they ran, but they ran it, and we failed the fucking test in a big-ass fucking city, okay? Nobody is there. Nobody is trained. There's nothing. There's barely a fucking safety net now. What are you going to do when it's gone?
Yeah. Well, not only that, but like all the grid attacks that are physical right now. There was one, I think it was sometime last year in Cleveland, where it was some dude just running a friggin' Ford truck or something like that through a damn gate, and it almost took an entire power grid area.
Yeah. Just even if you think your kid's old enough, like 16, I probably wouldn't even think twice about my kid, but at 16, I was carrying a gun anyway. Like my folks, my grandma and grandpa let me have one. My mom let me have one at the time. Like, you might need to fucking train your kid younger than what you think.
There's a lot of adults now that are having their kids carry knives, and rightfully so.
Yeah, 100%. Tactical Muffin Top, 10,000% approved. You can go into any fucking Home Depot, fucking gas station for 10 muffins and get some spicy spray. Boy, spicy spray sounds pretty good opposed to your kid getting kidnapped, don't it? Airbags and all my babies. Yeah, well, that's the problem is they know that stuff happens. Like people sew in air tags and stuff. Like I even seen it for like the grips of your AR. That little mag pull tab that nobody ever checks. You put an air tag in there. That's why she swapped the clothes on that kid, dude. Like they know this shit already. Like, what are you gonna do? Tag him like a fucking dog? That was hyperbole. Okay, I don't.
Cow tag on the ear.
Oh, yeah.
No, you just put one of those Bilko experiment tags in their heads.
Not to mention all the illegals. Yeah, no shit, dude. We only have 10 more fucking million people to look out for minimum right now that we fucking even attempt to know about.
And they outbreed us.
Yeah, they do, and they're getting paid to do it.
It's not racism; it's replacement theory, and it's engineered and designed on purpose.
We are too intelligent for what they want and too lazy. And dude, seriously, Agenda 2030, it's going to be like Ready fucking Player One, and we're not going to fucking be living this the way we are now.
Well, so speaking of that, our sheriff released a letter, or published a letter the other day. So a family from Argentina or Venezuela showed up at our sheriff's department the other day because they somehow got across the border, the southern border. And then they were in New York City, and they got onto a plane and flew out to the airport by us, so middle of nowhere, Montana, and tried to go to a homeless shelter, which turned them away. And so they went to the sheriff's department for help. And obviously that made it. And then some NGO showed up and picked them up and took them away. And like, how did these people get there's no direct flight to this place. Like you're not flying from New York City to a tiny ass airport in the middle of nowhere. That the only reason why it's international is because Canada's like 70 miles away, and they fly up there.
Well, what Rick, your tax dollars probably paid for them, and they're probably sitting prettier than you are right now.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Hotel, catering.
Yep.
Going
Mini
back
bar.
to the Mega Gang thing for a second, I don't know if you guys ever watched 60 Days In. There was a season of that was really good because it basically showed that things will become tribalistic, race-based when it comes to things, especially gangs. Whether it be Crips and Bloods together in a big-ass jail, they're all just one mega gang at that point.
Yeah, humans are pretty comfortable being tribal. There's a reason why we do split off, and you will have your leader, whatever it may be. That's why quite frankly, if something were to happen and it comes back online in 6 months, is why I said I don't want to pick on you, Lawfully Arm, but that's a great timeline that most people, quite frankly, is probably fairly realistic. But it will never be the same.
No,
they will always still be divided like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like somewhere between 2 weeks and 2 months, all your people that are on one or more prescription medications to survive will die.
Yeah.
You're elderly, you're premature young.
The week will be cold. Agreed.
Yep.
So there was I think it was a Times article. It was probably like 10 years ago was the cover. So it was like 70% of Americans were on prescription medications of some sort. And of that 70%, 90% of those were on 2 or more medications. And that was a long time ago. So you have to think about how many people are not just on heart medication.
Time out. William or Ravenshire, can you explain the K-Roni thing? I'm lost on that. Do you guys understand this reference? I don't know what K-Roni means. I could be retarded. I don't know. Oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Wow, Eduardo, you're a genius. I'm retarded. Thank you. Yes. 100%. Yeah, look, we're never going back to the way it was before that. Ever.
No.
Well, that's another thing too, like, because I know for a fact, because I was part of like multiple 2A groups that were starting to do grassroots stuff at that time. And I'll tell you what, the amount of cold water that was thrown on the rise of Second Amendment advocacy and grassrootsness in the 2020 time span there was so fucking fast. It scared the shit out of me when it happened.
Yeah. Well, quite frankly, even just as simple as the logistics and manufacturing is still fucking not where it was before the K-Roni, the kofefe, the cough, the sneeze.
Well, it's because so much is on time.
Not. It's still fucking not. It's years later, dude. We buy millions of dollars in fucking parts a month for our equipment that we make and shit. Dude, you can't buy shit still. It's holding back my fucking pay bonuses, and that's fucking pushing back my 308 build, and now my 1022 freaking Smith & Wesson build. Now old freaking Muffin Top's getting all pissed off here. Hitting my bottom prepping line here. You know what I'm saying? I digress. Local apology. Yeah, they fucking do. They know. Everybody who's higher than a level that we can even communicate with knows that we are being fucking replaced with a dumber population to do the bitch work. Because whatever they won't be able to do, the robots and AI will be able to fucking do the rest that we're doing now. We will be obsolete in a decade. Calling it. Tactical Muffin Top fucking, there's my February 28th. The decade we're fucking obsolete. Our way of life is obsolete. We're going to be either fucking bitches or dead. Catch you later, William. Peace. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, Rick. I don't know what tangent you were going on, but continue before I interrupt.
He was talking about one or more prescription medications.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The subset of that is like 90% of that 70% are on 2 or more. And so it's not just the old boomer on Lasix because he retains water because he's eaten salt for his entire life and he's dying. It's all the people on like psychotropic drugs. Those are the people that scare the shit out of me because you give people a huge. So you take away drugs that keep these people level, and then you give them the biggest stressor, basic survival, and then you make them go through that while they're withdrawing from those drugs and God knows what other drugs they're taking. And like Those are wild animals. And those are people that are, like, literally unstable and literally capable of anything.
Yes, look at these people that fucking like basically pass out in the street standing up and shit now. What happens when that gets cut off? You don't think all those fucking people, like, look at freaking Honda with all of his little homeless cities. You don't think that whenever their freaking supply of whatever keeps them, whatever relevance and happy to the point where they're doing absolutely nothing until they get that next fix, when there's no next fix, they're going to turn into fucking Smeagol's, man, after that one ring. But everybody's face is going to be the fucking one ring. Seriously. Like, they're going to freak the fuck out. And now they can't carry all these extra guns and shit. They want them to carry revolvers. Well, fuck, you got 10 crackheads that haven't had crack in 2 months coming at your face. A revolver isn't doing shit. It's by design. Colorado will fall. New York will fall. They will build it into whatever shithole fucking they want to do. It'll start with the big cities. That's just how it's going to be. It's fucking, like, this is military fucking aspect 101. They're just doing it, making you feel bad about it so you don't say anything because it's woke culture and blah, blah, blah. And you're shamed however you speak up. It's fucking Nazi. It's like exactly how the fucking Nazis did it. It's just in real time. We've never seen it in fucking 5th generation warfare because we have the fucking internet.
It's the brown shirts and the Bolsheviks combined together.
Yeah, it is. And if some dumb fucking redneck in Nebraska can figure that out, why the fuck can't everybody else figure that out? That's me. I'm the dumb redneck in Nebraska, by the way.
Well, like you said, you're turned on. There are a lot of people that are still not fully turned on. The identity politics, you know, the travel, the left and right, all of that stuff is the spread and circus. Is to keep people that are even partially.
I still know people, and I've never
on.
been into football other than playing it because I like to beat the shit out of people. It's fun, especially when you're young. That's something you want to do. I don't fucking watch football. I don't give a shit about sports. Everybody's like, oh, what do you live in Nebraska for if you don't watch sports? It's basketball and football here. I'm like, bitch, it's hunting for me here. I love stocking my freezer. I get a hard on for it. I love spending half my fucking money. You know, I love saving half my money you guys spend on fucking beef every year, saved in my freezer that I put up myself, and I know what the fuck's in it.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm off on a tangent. I'm such a dick.
X-Adam 1. I don't know because I don't live there, but I imagine that the politicians encourage that in South Texas because the more numbers that they can show on the census, the more they can expand their representation in Congress.
Yeah, and the more government money they get to hide.
Piece of legislation right now going through the U.S. Senate, and if it doesn't pass, you will actually have illegals counted on the Electoral College and a bunch of other stuff now.
Well, now I'm just depressed after this chat, guys.
You're gonna be depressed.
Guess I'm gonna have to curl some fucking weights to blow.
Because a lot of this stuff that we're worried about, that's while it's in the United States, it's in the big cities. It doesn't affect your. It's not immediately doomsome to your local community.
Which is good, which gives us the chance to, and you know, I don't ever want to be the leader, and that could be part of my downfall. Is I always want to be like a right or left hand guy. I don't want to do all the boring fucking paperwork and shit. I want to be the guy out fucking getting something done so I can feel good about myself, and when I go home, I can turn it off. Mm-hmm. But quite frankly, some of us might have to be fucking leaders, dude.
And I think why a lot of people, you know, that are in these chats, you know, the viewers at home, I'm going to oversimplify it, but let's be honest. A lot of people dream about some apocalypse level event happening because it will untether us from, I don't know, what are the right words to use?
Reality.
The societal obligation of waking up and go to a day job and paying your taxes and like rinse and repeat operation. Like, it's not that it won't be hard, maybe not even just as hard, if not harder, but it'll be a different kind of hard, you know, like you'll put in your day's work, gardening
Yeah.
and foraging and collecting water and whatnot, but it's a free spirited heart. It's like being a Plains Indian again. It's a simpler life.
It's 1800s working on the family farm again, and if you don't do the work and you don't all give 110%, you'll fucking die in the winter.
Yep.
That's what it'll be. That's your, and it's
But
not
it's
no
a
9 to
fulfilling.
5. That's a 24 fucking 7. There is no breaks in staying alive. It's gonna suck worse than
No.
your 9 to 5 that you're so bitching about you want to have over.
Well, I think a lot of people are living, or a lot of people are alive, but they don't live. So the
100%.
Yeah.
people who want, about or want like a large event to happen, they're too afraid to go live their life. So they're using that as the escapism. Well, if this big thing happens, I get to live. Like, start living today. Grow that garden. Go hunting. Go fishing. Go be free of the terrible things that is our current society.
110%. If you have a volunteer fire department and you have free time, you should definitely go volunteer some time at the fire department because that is a fantastic skill. I don't know how to tell you this, but it's the fan. Being able to stop a fire by cutting a fucking fire break or something might mean you and yours eating or not. Very good thing. They learned a lot of good medical.
Basic fire knowledge is huge. Obviously, as it turns out, fire trucks are basically huge pieces of shit and break, which is weird that they're such large devices, but they're so fragile. But like, not necessarily knowing how all the engines, how everything works, but knowing how fire departments fight fires and why would really help you in, I think, SHTF. Like you said, cutting a fire line and knowing why you're cutting a fire line, or maybe in the spring, maybe you burn your field, so you can plant. You can do all sorts of stuff. Like, it's a pretty, or even fire mitigation around your house.
Yep, there's a reason why we cut our yards, and that's part of it, boys. There's a lot to unpack, a lot to think about. And it's really easy to get depressed, but at the same time, if you're here or in any of these groups that we swim in, that we watch, give a shout out to Rick 406, give a shout out to Ohio Patriot Network, give a shout out to Honda 420. This is his memorandum chat. No, I'm just kidding. Duke Liberty. Duke's timetable is very busy. That's why he's not able to do videos. Still need to give him support. Boy, would it be nice to have Tactical Muffin Top help hit him to 2,000 in his absence.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Never Enough Ammo. Give him some likes, shares, and subs. Whatever. All those guys that have channels. Freaking Night Strike just hopped on for the first time because I think he had some fun in one of my chats. He'd been live in forever, and he was like kind of humbled, I think, that he had so many people that he knew came back, and he was laughing and he was having a lot of fun. Thank you. It's Ohio, the Education Network, whatever. He dropped it. Everybody's more than welcome to drop their links in my chat anytime. I don't care. I want the people that we're going to reach out and touch and help. Maybe see some realism in prepping, not just the guy that stacks fucking 300 guns and has never shot one. You know what? Maybe you're right. Why don't y'all go spring turkey hunting? Why don't you all go fucking snow goose hunting or something? Why don't you all just go out to public ground? If you have no ground, try to learn how to hunt. It is not as easy as walking out and coming back with Bambi every time, guys. It's not. And before you realize, why don't you try growing a pack of seeds in the ground? I'll let you know there's not one person in here that is going to go grow a seed in their yard right now and probably be able to harvest it by the time it has something on it, because the bugs will tear it up, predators will tear it up, rabbits will tear it up. You don't know how to pest control anything. You don't know how much water you need to give it. You don't know those things until you actually develop the skill. You have to learn something. If you stop learning, you will fail. As a human being, you should always learn something. You should always strive to learn something new. I'm trying something new this year. I'm organic gardening with bugs because in the eventuality shit hits the fan, you are not going to be able to go to wherever you go buy your pesticides, your fungicides, your fertilizers, and you have to be able to produce the entire ecosystem your fucking self. Do you know how hard that is? And we have the internet. You know how hard that is when you can type in anything and figure it out right now immediately? It's hard as fuck. And nobody fucking cares. They just want to stack another fucking gun. How stupid is that?
Grow or die.
Yes. A rolling pipe. Jesus Christ. She didn't see a 1-ton rolling pipe coming. She didn't hear a 1-ton rolling pipe. She probably had fucking earbuds in and was listening to a TikTok. Jesus, that's sad. Instead of getting another tactical doohickey, I like that. Maybe get some extra skills like a ham radio. Yeah, dude. Honestly, you know what's super duper cheap, and people rip on it and not. Boy, I still don't have it, but a Baofeng, you can get 2 Baofengs and learn how to talk to a guy that's 10 minutes away. Or like around here,
Yep.
CBs are pretty popular. I can talk to a whole bunch of farmers here. CBs are cheap. You can buy one at a freaking gas station or truck stop for 20 beans.
And CBs don't require any sort of license.
Yeah.
So, and
Just
you're
fucking
it's
saying.
super simplistic. They're not secure in any way, shape,
Nope.
or form, but just remember no communication is secure.
Mm-mm.
So,
Yeah, and I was watching a video. That I guess there's this thing that they're currently using in Ukraine, and they're out, they're here, and they're out for 10,000 muffins. They have this new little fucking box that looks like a solar generator, and it can chime into any radio frequency, Morse code, freaking smoke signal, whatever the fuck you can think of that can connect and transfer information. This thing can fucking lock onto it. So you can send a goddamn drone at it, and it's bye-bye. A lot of these people are using Baofengs over there until this happened. Now they're just hung up in their cars, and if you hit that push-to-talk button on a radio, boom. That's how good this shit is. So figure out how to handle it now. You don't think our government has that here if it's in fucking Ukraine? You're wrong.
well, shit. Look at all the big cities have gunshot triangulation equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, well, if you're doing that, I mean, radio frequencies are going to be, they're literally just out there in the atmosphere. Pretty easy to catch them and interpret data. So it's definitely here.
Yeah. And there's something to be said for standard operating procedures, SOPs. The way to do it,
Yeah, you
put
can.
all your electronics in a blackout bag, an EMP bag, and then say, hey, this guy and this guy, we're going to go walk this draw over here. We'll meet at this location on the map in an hour. And if somebody doesn't make it there in an hour and you kind of know their general route they're going to take, you got to backtrack it. What if that motherfucker broke his leg halfway through? Like where I deer hunt, you don't have all we have is CB. Cell phones do not work out there. There's people that get hurt all the time. When game wardens go out and they ask hunters to come help them that know the area, like, yeah, it's fucking real, guys. And that's just in modern everyday playing on goddamn easy mode. So maybe set up a standard operating procedure. Hey, if we're going to go here, this is where we'll be. Go to Walmart. We're going to go over to the grocery section. Then we're going to go back to the milk. Then we're going to go in the baby diapers area. Then we're going to go to the toys. Then we're going to go to the electronics. We'll see you there in half hour. Oh no, all the fucking power went out due to a CME this weekend that Tactical Muffin Top told everybody about. By the way, there's a big solar storm thing coming this weekend. Everybody do whatever you're going to do for that kind of prep. Maybe don't be in Walmart on Saturday if you can help it. But if that happens, what are you going to do? Oh no, it fried all electronics. Boy, I sure wish I listened to Tactical Muffin Top and had a lighter in my pocket. Guess what? A lighter's still going to give you enough light to get out of a Walmart. Have a fucking glow stick. Have a chem stick in your back pocket. You can buy them at the dollar store. Don't tell me you can't afford a glow stick. I I really hope that was a nasty shit and not a screen door.
That was a screen door.
That was his back screen door.
Sorry.
I don't know. Things to think about, guys. We all think we're prepped up and set and pretty until you're not. That's a chat. I want you all to get something done. Post it in my damn Discord link. We got one more day till this goes down. I want everybody to get a prep in this chat and put it in the freaking Discord. Tactical Muffin Top Discord. I don't know how to drop a link in because I'm retarded, but
Mother's Day is Sunday.
Mother's Day is Sunday. Jesus, thank you, because I forgot to get a gift card. Because I'm white trash like that. And quite frankly, my wife's really hard to buy stuff for. So that'll be good.
Women
Get
love
out.
vacuum cleaners.
What?
Women love vacuum cleaners for gifts.
I already bought her one for Christmas.
Oh, Jesus.
I know, I'm really fucked.
The ham radio stuff. NC Scout on his Amazon page, he's got his Gorilla's Guide to ham radio or Baofeng radios.
Yeah.
It's a good read.
I think now is the time to figure out alternative networking, even if it's as simple as me figuring out how to simul-stream to Rumble so we can actually talk on Rumble freely. Simple things like that. I think CB's good. I think Ham's good. I think you should do everything you can do.
I missed it last night, but evidently Tim pulled through a hissy fit and pulled his video down last night.
Oh, yeah?
And then on his paid chat afterwards said that he's rich, like he could quit and just do his stuff and like have less stress and be rich still.
Sure, man. I mean, that's the dream for some, and there's some that I just watching on like a Ramsey short. This kid came into, well, he's older than me, but not a kid, but he was like 45 and he had $55 million. His house and all of his cars and all of his bills were paid. And he's like, I'm still not happy. He's like, what do I do with this now? Just let my kids be spoiled pieces of shit and wait for me to die for it? It's like, you think that's what you want until you're in that position. Then it's, what do you do with the rest of your life? Is that really going to make us all happy if we're millionaires? No. It's just going to make us have a new set of problems. There will always be problems. That is the issue. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube's BS and all the gun channels are, dude. I would assume most everybody in here probably didn't even get a notification for me, and I don't even have 500 subs. But what do I fucking know?
I actually did tonight, but I saw where you had it. I saw where you had it listed as airing soon or whatever, and so I clicked the notify me button.
Oh, bitch! Thank you. I don't know if my Amazon affiliate store, I tried to organize thing, just simple knife and O-lights. I don't know if that's worked at all, but, you know, I'm still retarded and I got other stuff to do. I don't know how to organize it, guys. So I got that. Got the P.O. box if you want to drop in some banana waters for me to try out, whoever that was. P.O. box if you guys want to send me anything cool. I'll do reviews and test gear on it, except for Dwayne's flashlight because ours is a dick. Stuff like that. I have my Rumble name on there. Maybe I should figure out how to share this stuff to Rumble and see if there's any interest over there. But eventually we will be simul streaming to Rumble, and we will be finishing off the last 20-ish minutes to the chat on Rumble so we can speak freely. And maybe if you guys have some videos and stuff lined up, we can go over that. My grandpa got me into ham and CB. Still have my FFC license ID. Nice. From what I understand, I thought those had like a renewal period you had to do like was like 10 years or some shit. Maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong on that. I would say train, do whatever you can, exercise your body, your mind, and your spirit, because at the end of the day, we're all going to die, and you're going to need to have something invested in that category for the spirit, whether it be you worship Tactical Muffin Top, which don't do that, because I'm at fault as any other man. But find your God, find what makes you happy, believe in it. Happiness doesn't have a price, and a lot of things in this world do. So hit that up. What would the government do when society crumbles? Fucking wait for it to be done crumbling and then hop back out on top again. That's what they're going to do every single time. What do you think they've done every world war, every civil unrest? Look at Venezuela. There's still guys on top. They just crumbled. It's almost like the other guys just went on vacation for a while and came back and it's fucking business as usual. Shocker. What do you think they have all these bunkers going with 300 armed security and their families with enough food for 10 years for everybody in there and their livestock? What do you think fucking Microsoft has bee drones that have a patent for them for military use that's being used in Walmart's underground fucking greenhouses right now? They don't need to live up here with the rest of us. They could let us scorch earth it. They're still going to come back out and on top with probably more power than they went underground with. Who still uses him? Kind of like a CB radio. People talk about it. CB? Yeah. People use CBs around here.
I used to have a CB radio as a kid, and whatever happened to it.
I imagine out on flatland, CB's got to do pretty okay.
Yeah, well, contrary to popular belief, Nebraska is not just one giant flat cornfield. We do have quite a bit of hills and draws and stuff that are several miles deep, and not even CB will reach down there. But, I mean, yeah, people use CB a lot around here still. There's still a whole bunch of high schoolers that fuck around and get the push to talk at the speaker to yell at people when they're driving around and still dink around with truckers and stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I want everybody to grow. I want everybody to think. I hope I put people out of their comfort zone and made them think a different direction than just, maybe the direction we've all been going down for years at this point, and maybe try to broaden our horizons a little bit and go from there. I don't want to be the same yes man, no man that thousands and thousands and thousands on the internet are. I want people to think and learn. And there's more bug gardening videos coming, and I'll probably do some canning videos. I don't know anybody my age that fucking cans, but guess what? I sure love looking at that full fucking pantry every year knowing I only paid for half of it. Especially in this shitty economy. I mean, I think that's a skill set to keep you alive just as much as any. I want a good fisherman on my team. I want a good gardener. I want a good sower. I want a good tech guy. I want a drone guy. I don't know shit about drones. It would be really nice? A thermal drone. Boy, that would be pretty sweet to tell you where to go. Turn left here. Turn right there. Thank you, tactical GPS that lets me slaughter a dude if I needed to. Like, theoretically, YouTube police don't fuck me on that, but
It'd let you find game in a,
Yeah, I mean, it's all kinds of skill sets, guys, and we can't all be proficient in all of them. Got to get a group. I don't care if it's 4 people. Just means you got to know more shit. I don't care if it's 2 people. Man, you got to know a whole shit ton of shit. And having to strengthen both y'all's bodies to get it done. And then rotate sleep schedules so y'all can watch each other's back. Sounds like a lot of fucking work for 2 people. So teamwork makes the dream work. Get a team going. And with that, I'd like to end it here. This is the Tactical Muffin Top channel. Please like, share, and sub to my fat philosophical ass tonight. Typically, I'm not this. Might be a bit of a downer at the end, but typically I'm not like this. But sometimes you got to get into some deep shit, guys, and I really like getting into deep shit. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun when you have other people to bounce ideas off of, and then they go down their tangent and what they're good with, and that's what makes YouTube fun. So with that, Penis, chat, panel, any last parting words?
Schlong.
I've been trying to watch your shorts on lunch breaks,
Thanks, man.
your older ones.
Thank you. Yeah, I did not know how much it really helped drive traffic towards your shorts and stuff just by putting hashtags and stuff in it. I may at some point go and re-upload all those, except for I deleted them all because my phone ran out of space to load stuff. So I will literally have to go and redo all the videos again. So that'll be a fucking blast. So that's probably not happening. But from here on out, yes, I'll be doing that stuff. But thank you, Dwayne Christensen. Tactical Muffin Top and friends out for now.
Hydrate.